Today, I have heard more about golden showers than I would ever care to hear about golden showers. It basically sounded like the trial for R. Kelly.
Golden
Like, I felt like
shower
sitting in
hours.
on that.
Golden shower. Dom is pretending like a lot of people like to lie to themselves as if they don't like a cool breeze drip from a faucet. Faucet.
Look at me. Look at me.
I don't want
This is your girl.
Look at me.
don't
We are
wanna
doing this. We're in this together now.
No.
You came into the wrong room, motherfucker. Like, I can't come unless you look at me, man.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna put.
I hate you.
Nothing like a fucking lukewarm PBR.
I feel like can you do the sip again? That's how it started.
Yeah,
Do a
I
nice
got
little
you.
slurp.
Let me see.
After a long day.
ASMR.
Jason Derulo.
Wait, oh. Jason Derulo.
All right. Woo! Welcome to the Phluck Me Right podcast where we do ASMR.
Ass to mouth? What?
Yep. That's exactly what
Ass
we
to
do.
mouth.
Boom, boom, boom. This is the Phluck Me Right podcast where we're supposed to come together by hate. I'm your host, Marlon Hugh, aka Father Piccolo, aka Morgan Freeman's illegitimate grandson, twice removed, once on your mom's side, but I'm still on your mom's side. You feel me? Today we'll be talking, I guess, about behind the scenes and experience shooting and the things we hate about it. Do we love anything about it? Dom?
I mean, do you love anything about it? I mean, I love just being on set, but my biggest like fuck if things don't always go wrong.
Man.
Oh my god. Like I don't think I've ever been on a set where like something like it's gone fucking flawless. Like no, like there's like we I don't know if I should say this for actual like legal reasons because we're probably gonna deny this shit, but put a hole in the fucking wall today.
At a random place in heaven.
Yeah.
In my heart.
Yeah. Yeah, put a fucking hole in the wall.
You see the pause you're thinking about, like
I'm just trying to like just place everything that I'm like looking around the room here. I'm like, we have a fucking just
oh
what-
yeah, explain. He set the lights up with the fork and some paper towels.
I my God, this goes back to just DIY filmmaking. It's just I never had the equipment that other like filmmakers have, or like the fucking budget for it. So I've always found ways to just ghetto rig shit. Like
Yeah.
right now I have fucking tissue paper as diffusion for these lights held with a fork and well, that's another fork, but I also had a bobby pin earlier and that was pretty fucking cool.
I didn't know that's what it was at first. We don't have a tripod, so we're using light stands to hold up cameras. The other day we used boxes and a chair to actually film with the camera on because we had a second camera. I don't even know if I can do a regular film set because my style has grown too accustomed to just filming guerrilla style. We just make it work. It's weird to me. Like I don't even know if I can get the shots I like with the real equipment. Like what's a made crane? How about I just put you on a chair and push you as you hold the camera?
Oh, that's the best. Those are the best, honestly, because they're the funniest to look at if you have someone shooting behind the scenes. Because it's like,
Yeah.
it's like okay, so they used a regular like dolly for this shot. It's like no, we basically just strapped the cameraman onto like an actual walking dolly and just fucking ripped his ass across the street.
Yeah.
We had to do it 4 or 5 times because he fell off.
Oh man, the redos for shots that start off perfect and like, we messed up. And I cannot get that again. That's been the worst. Bro, I told them before, I broke one of my hard drives and wanted to commit suicide. Like I genuinely thought about it. I lost hundreds of content. Then how do you explain that to clients? How do you explain? Like we've had to lie. Like, all right, it just wasn't the shot, fam. We got to do it again. It wasn't what you wanted. We got to redirect them in the image. It struggles. And Trev got his first experience. Like we were trying to tell him it's not sweet. He won't meet a lot of filmmakers who are generally as nice as us. Like you let him touch your new camera.
I mean, there are a few out there. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like when you venture into film, like it's all just fucking d bags who think they're the next Martin Scorsese or like Spike Lee. It's one of those things where it's like, uh, it's a very you have to put in your time, to be recognized as a filmmaker or somebody who works hard in the industry. And I just feel like a lot of people, when they finally put in their time, they look at the new people and they're like, okay, well, I was treated like shit, so now it's your turn.
Mm,
And I mean, I've never really enjoyed that mentality of it.
that hazing mentality.
Yeah, it's just like a hazy mentality, like it's a fucking fraternity or some shit. We're just like, hey, if you want to learn about, the art and the craft, like I have no problem like letting you hold the camera as long as you understand like, the value of it. Like I just bought a brand new Blackmagic 6K camera, and it's
Ugh.
yeah, it's like one of those like you ever just make a purchase and it just sits in the pit of your fucking stomach, like where you're just like, was this a mistake? This is a lot of money. This is my rent for 2 months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
These are my bills. Like I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna be eating ramen for the next fucking 3 years.
And we just ate ramen today.
But guess what? I'm going to be eating ramen, but I'll take pictures of it and look good as shit.
We take some fire ass videos of that ramen.
Exactly.
I'll be homeless, but I got an OnlyFans. I got a camera. We can do this. Where we explain so much of it. So it was Trev's first experience. Now wait, let's talk about it. So in 24 hours, you brought up, I got yelled at by 2 people on the podcast.
Yes.
And in 24 hours, essentially, no, almost about 2 days, a day and a half, we recorded about 2 months worth of podcasts, which is crazy. We filmed a short film with the script we really just read 30 minutes before the actress who came over. She's not the most experienced actress, but she's acted before, and it was our first time meeting her. And you only saw the location, Dom, maybe 2 hours before shooting. Like you've been in the room for like 2 hours before we started shooting.
Yeah, it was a lot of freeform. So I mean, it was awesome that you gave me the freedom to kind of plan my own shots or like figure out my own shots. I mean, it's kind of hard like when you walk in and like just kind of reading the script about maybe like an hour or so before we actually started shooting was a little daunting. But I mean, it wasn't the most complicated, but it's one of those things where I worked better on more of a planned set. No, where it's just like all right, like I've fucked up on enough jobs where it's like, oh no, I'm just gonna fucking run and gun this shit.
Yeah.
And then like I leave and I'm like, man, I did fucking great. That's awesome. I go look at my footage. I'm like, holy shit. How am I going to give this to them? And I'm just like, I literally spent like the next like fucking 48 hours like having like one long panic attack, just losing my shit. And then I give them some kind of bullshit that I'm like, you do not have to pay me any money for this. I am sorry for wasting your time. Goodbye.
Oh really?
Where
You could have held your gun and be like, nah, dog, we need to reshoot it. Your idea didn't work. This is your fault.
Look, the last time, one of the last jobs I did was for a buddy of mine who comes in my bar quite often. It was like a freelance job in southern Indiana. So it was
Ooh.
like, I want to say somewhere close to like a 5-hour drive down south.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, dude, no, it was literally the worst fucking job I've ever done in my life. Like we rented out a bunch of stuff. Like I brought my drone with, like I was going to get some really good shots. Like I was so ready. I had everything planned. And as soon as we walked in, the client immediately decided that they wanted to change everything that they had told us that they wanted to do like the week prior. So we basically kind of run and gun, did everything. I had to do a bunch of like talking head interviews, which were super fun,
Oh
super
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
But
Wait,
I
it was a documentary style or?
it was more like a testimonials, about, because it was like for some, it was for farming things. Let's
Stuff.
just say that, farming things. So long story short, the whole thing was kind of a giant clusterfuck. Like, me and the photographer that I knew were like shipped to different places, different farms, like running around, run gun shooting. I managed to slam my drone into the side of a barn. It lost signal midway
Uh,
through. Midway through a shot, as I'm circling this giant fucking tractor, smacked sideways into a barn, which always looks super cool, like, to a client, as they're like, "Did you just hit my barn?" I was like, "I lost my drone in the process, so we're
no.
even." And then to make matters worse, like, as we were both about to leave, we both like got in the car, like completely bit up, like exhausted. We're like, let's just go home. Let's start this 5-hour drive back home. We're both just fucking defeated. When I finally got home, I realized that some of the equipment that we rented,
No. Don't say it.
one piece of equipment was still down there.
No.
Oh God.
I was so exhausted from
Oh,
everything that I was
no.
just like, I'm done. I just want to go home. And I literally left the stand for like one of the Ronin gimbals, the big Ronin gimbals, like the balancing part of it. I left it on the ground right next to where we pulled out. And I had to email the client, be like, hey, I will send you money for shipping, and I will send you money just because of that fact if you just fucking ship it back to me. And he was like, yeah, no, I'll just ship it for you. And I was like, it was one of those things where it was like, you had a rough day, bud, so I'll just do this for you. So I was
Damn.
like, part of me was like, that's super nice. Then part of me was like, yeah, that guy was probably just like, this dude's probably just having like the roughest fucking day.
See, that's nice. It could have gone other ways. Like they could have taken it all out on you. That story hurt my soul.
Oh, it still hurts my soul. But I mean, like, I've had much better shoots since then. I mean, I've worked with much better clients.
Bro, I feel bad. Okay, well, one of it, you know what? I crashed my car in a similar shoot. So the day that, so I had to rent some equipment, like it was like $1,000 worth of some stuff, maybe some green screen, some shots from a guy who had to rent, which I don't know if he told me, but I rented equipment from him, who he rented that equipment from a dude from like Columbia College. So this was secondhand stuff. And we were shooting really late. My other cameraman at the time had school. I didn't. So he was like, hey, bro, it's getting kind of late. Can I go home? Now, I'm super broke at the time, still not crazy rich, but I mean, even broker then, to where every job I took, I needed money to get gas back home. I only had a one-way trip. So we shot, the last shots were in the hotel, and the client was like, you can stay here afterwards. But they had no free parking, so I would have had to pay. I didn't have enough money to even leave my car at the hotel to pay for that shit. And I should have stayed, dog. So I started falling asleep on the road, driving back. We ended the shoot at like 2 or 3 after shooting all day. I should have stayed, dog. Also, midway during the shoot, they had some weed, and somebody knocked on the door, so the client ate all of his weed. Instead of flushing it, he said, nah, bro, I'm not going to waste this. Ate it all. So now he was tripping for the rest of the night, by the way. And it wasn't cops. It was just somebody knocking on the wrong room. So that was a waste. So as I'm coming home, it was during the winter time, but it wasn't heavy snow. Just like the black ice around 149th, like not far from where we live out south. I dozed off, hit some black ice and jerked. You never jerk during the black ice. I hit the median on the expressway and I slid across 4 lanes and I fucking jerked again. So I jerked in the black ice, hit the median, swerved back the other way, and that little small jerk took me across all 4 lanes. I hit a pole on the side of the road, turned backwards, and fell into a ditch. All the windows were busted out. I'm covered in glass, and I'm so tired from the shoot. I didn't even call the cops. I made one call, said, hey, Mom, I crashed. I'm around this area, don't know where I'm at. Hung up, turned the music up in the heater, and I just fell asleep in the ditch in the snow. And the cop almost shot me because she thought I was a zombie. Because I guess I didn't hear her come up, so I was asleep as they were processing everything, and I just jumped up. And she grabbed her gun. She's like, I thought you were dead. You were going to shoot me? Zombies aren't real. What are you doing? And I had all that equipment in the back seat. $1,000 were all cut up, covered in glass. Somehow the whole car was totaled. I didn't get touched, and neither did the equipment.
Oh, dude, that's fucking.
Oh wow.
Yeah, how's that? And I almost wanted it to happen because I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I quit. It's nights like that. I lost the car, so who cares about this equipment? I'm gonna spend more money to get another car than I will get off this job. And of course, the job didn't pay much, right? It's only a couple hundred, but my car is gonna be thousands.
Yeah, it's always that fucking sucks. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna do this. That fucking sucks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any bad camera experience stories, but I can tell you, your little bad juju for car crashes sucks, because that also led to mine. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, dude, I just got a new car recently because leaving work. What'd I do? My car basically died at work, and I asked Trev, man, turn that vibrator thing off.
Leave my fish alone.
Trev has a vibrating fish. That's like the new mascot of it. He's doing it. So did I tell you that? So I recently got a new car, and okay, my car died at work. I asked Trev to give me a jump. Did not work, right? So eventually he said, I'll wait with you when we get off of work for the tow truck. We get off like 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m. Tow truck comes like 6:30. He finds out my belt blew. What was it?
Your belt blew. You had corrosion on your battery, so your battery couldn't hold a charge.
The alternator he thought could have been messing up as well. One of the belts. So we had to get it towed. So I'm riding with him to get back to my house. We're down the street from my house. Then we get hit by a car. Yeah.
Wait, the best part, at a red light.
Yeah, at a red light.
We're sitting at a red light, and we get fucking hit, and like it's like, what the fuck, like. What did I do?
And you know what the funny part is? I was so tired from work, I thought it was somebody else. I didn't know we got hit, and I was wondering why he was mad. All I heard was, I was like, somebody gonna get fucked. and I'm pretty sure I had whiplash, but it was too late. Because I was so tired from work, I just wanted to go. Trev got out the car like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, you just hit the brakes too hard. Chill out. We good.
Yeah, he's looking at me like, you hit the brakes? No, my fucking car. He's like, oh.
Marlon got shot out the window. And he just lay on the ground and he was like, man, you hit the brakes way too damn hard.
You broke my leg. And the funny part is, as we're outside on the street looking at the damages, the tow truck pulls up and says, this never would have happened if you stayed following me. One of y'all get in this car and help me drop off one car. I'll come back for yours.
And the ironic part about that whole day was literally before work. I was like, you know what? I should get me another car. Like, I want a new car.
We both spoke about getting a new car that same day at work, and we both lost our cars that same day.
Fucking yikes.
Yeah. Is that the life of trying to be an artist? I'm gonna say fake entrepreneur, because a lot of people always say I'm an entrepreneur. Not until your whole entire lifestyle is what's the word? What's the word? I don't say catered. What's the word? If you can afford, you have to be able to afford your entire lifestyle off of your art, which a lot of people are not doing.
Settled?
Settled? What you mean?
I mean, necessarily you would be settled because, well, I don't know. That's
you'd be
fuck. It's
not settled, but it's
I don't know. Like that. What's the?
I mean,
we're all illiterate.
We've been shooting all day, by the way. We're just talking about failures while we're tired.
This is my 8th PBR.
Wait, for those who don't know, I didn't know what a PBR was.
Same.
Pure bitchin' ribbon? I don't know. Fuck, I had nothing for that. Shit.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not beer. Wink, wink, hint.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're just all fucking tired.
It's the beer of beers for fucking white trash hipsters.
So pretty much, this is the Phluck Me podcast. This is the post shame. What were the things we were talking about off air? Because I hate how the life has become. Wait, don't talk to me. Wait for the podcast. I want to have a great conversation with you, but wait until I can record it.
I mean, we were talking about hallucinogens. We were talking about,
Did you want to explain the acid trip? I said I'm curious about acid trip. I'm not a drug user, but I'm more curious about hallucinogenics because I believe I can control my mind. Maybe if I take DMT, I can become another Steve Jobs.
Did Steve Jobs take DMT? I don't know.
It was What's that?
Let's say news coming up on.
Is that
It's something else.
did Ashton Kutcher do DMT in the movie? Like I don't know. I didn't see
He
that
probably
shit.
did.
I didn't see that shit.
Hey, the one with the guy who played Magneto was good.
Was that Jobs? That one Jobs, or was the other one Jobs?
Ashton Kutcher was Jobs.
Why are there 2 movies about Steve Jobs? I mean, that's cool, but I mean, why do we need 2 movies about Steve Jobs?
Why not Wozniak?
Why do we need 7 Fast and the Furious movies?
Hold on, we need 10.
Okay, no. You don't get to bring that up because that's family right there.
Woo.
Right? Family.
He don't have friends. Have family.
Hey,
Wow.
Family.
Wow.
How did he go from pitch? I almost said Pitch Perfect.
How did Vin
High
Diesel
School
go from
Musical.
Pitch Perfect
This
to
is me.
the Fast
This
and the
is
Furious trilogy?
I mean, did you want to comment on that or move past it? Because you were telling me something about the hallucinogenics, but I wanted you to wait for the podcast.
Oh, I mean, I was just saying that I will recommend. I mean, hallucinogens are different for everybody. Everybody's body chemistry is completely different, and everybody reacts differently to it. I mean, I have only had positive trips in my times doing it, but I'm also just a very careful person when it comes down to that. Like I have never done a dose to the point where I'm like, yo, I really want to fucking see the face of God. Like look, me and him don't need to talk. Like I'm okay with seeing fucking colors, seeing shapes. Like I'm awesome with that and kind of like venturing deep inside my psyche. But I don't.
I thought
need
you were
to
gonna say deep inside my anus.
Hey man, I don't know what I don't know what you do on hallucinogens, but I mean,
Listen,
I just like to fucking watch cartoons and fucking play video games.
We did talk about earlier about playing video games and making the controller vibrate your balls. Are we the?
Come on, man.
Didn't we all used to do
Come
that?
on, man.
You would lose the game on purpose.
Look, so when you're in that phase, you just you put it on your balls and then like you let the bad guys beat you off.
Yeah.
I think that's how you play video games.
Yeah, man. Come on. We all at some point let Eggman beat us off as we constantly lose in Sonic Adventures 2.
My game was Fairly Odd Parents. I would just fall and let my balls get vibrated. Or Spyro. Spyro, y'all remember that game?
Mine was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when
You got me, bro. One more time.
No, it wasn't multiplayer. It was that one scene, and everyone's about to know what I say. Is that one scene necessarily when you're at the airport? And
No
you got,
Russian.
And you no Russian, yes. But the thing is, I don't fire. I just let them just rip me apart.
As you should.
ASMR. And we're back. I need a pencil still. Little dicks. It's so little dick.
Jason Derulo.
Did I say that out loud? No, I didn't, because I whispered it because it's ASMR.
Clarice. Wait, I can't do the
Clays.
So Marlon's been trying to imitate Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. Weird, sort of like.
Excuse me. It's not Hannibal Lecter. It's Dwight from The Office.
Thank you. Sorry, I forgot that Silence of the Lambs stole that from The Office.
Yes, exactly.
Get your facts together.
Get your facts. Mr. Clays.
Nyatha, Clarice. What else we talk about besides drugs, getting our balls shaken up, filming way too much in one day, you being too drunk to drive home, JK, not JK.
JK, not JK. No. Honestly, Trev, how did you feel about today? Like, this is your first foray into filming and this whole behind the scenes thing. Like, how are you feeling?
You got your balls tickled for the first time.
Yeah, what do you got? We were popping your filmmaking cherry.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let you know that thing is popped.
Hold on, say it with your chest.
Well, that thing is popped.
Nah, you ain't saying it with your chest.
That thing is popped. Sorry.
Your audio just popped.
Nah, it just peaked. Anyway.
Say it with your chest.
No, but no, for real though. In all seriousness, like this was something. I feel like I was able to actually express myself in a different way that I usually do. Like it's like as much as I say what I meant, say what I mean or anything like that, I was able to, visualize and put it what I necessarily have in ideas into like camera shots, or throw my ideas out there. And usually, like, as I have all these like thoughts that I keep them to myself, I'm able to actually like put that into life. Even though it wasn't like I was acting directing, but just me able to put my ideas out there and to try to express myself in a different type of light, I was really enjoying it. And I realized, well, first of all, I know I need a camera now, because now I'm going to be a camera addict and I'm going to be shooting up everything.
That's how it starts before you start hating yourself. You'll get there
Oh
eventually.
yeah, you'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a head start since I hate myself now, but
It's a different kind of hate.
That's our whole generation, man. Like
it is. Can we talk about that?
When we joked about that on the while we were filming, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like anybody in between the age of like maybe 32, 34 and like 20s are just like that whole like age gap, just like we all wish we were dead. Like, and it's one of those things where like we all just joke about it so often, to the point where like if we say it to like anybody outside that age range, they just kind of look at us like, yo, are you okay, man? Like, is everything all right? And it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm fine.
it's like, yeah, my dude, I just wish I was dead.
It's like, wait, why are you saying it so happy like that? I mean, it is what it is.
Calm down, bro. It's just a slit wrist. I'll get over it.
Look, man, I want to cross the road, not down the road. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I say like one of my favorite YouTubers that is not a YouTuber anymore. Like he says, sideways for attention, long ways for results.
Why is he not your favorite YouTuber anymore?
He stopped doing it. Filthy Frank, one of the YouTubers that I used to love watching until he stopped his career to better himself and become Joji, which he makes amazing music.
Yeah, he does, honestly.
He was a
He's fucking
YouTuber?
yeah.
Yes, he was. Filthy Frank, man.
What do you got? You know, he started the Harlem Shake
Get the what?
trend.
He started
the Harlem Shake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so those who don't know,
Pink Man or Pink Guy or whatever
Pink
it
Guy.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
wait. Just to clarify, Joji is the artist that's signed to 88 Rising, right? Is
Yes.
88 Rising?
I believe so.
Yeah, he signed.
That's what I knew.
Dude, and watch his stuff. It's super fucking dark and like.
I know his music, but I didn't know that.
No, I'm not talking music. I'm talking other shit. Like he has other videos. Like you can watch his video on like vomit cake and like shit like that. And like
He's eating vomit cake.
yes.
What the fuck is vomit cake? Do I want to know what vomit cake is? Like, I don't.
What do you think vomit cake is?
Is it his?
Yes.
Is it his vomit?
What you're thinking? Yes.
Is it his vomit or somebody else's?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
I'd assume he would start eating somebody else's vomit, and then he would vomit, and then he would keep eating that. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna touch on this real quick, just because we were talking about suicide. If you do ever feel down or the feeling of hopelessness, there are people out there. The phone number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. Just remember, there are people out there. But I am still going to keep joking about suicide. I'm just putting that out there, just because it's our generation, and it's a weird thing that we all, for some reason, share. I think it's just this weird and empty feeling that we all have.
Yeah. I mean, it's the feeling of not feeling, fulfilled or satisfied. Like I'm gonna be in all honesty, and as much as I am a fucking goofball and I joke around in like a very serious tone, as I'm trying to mention, I have dealt with a lot of people that have went through suicide, and I have helped people. Like I've tried to make sure, like I've had people legit come up and be like, dude, I'm thinking I'm gonna end it fucking tonight. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? And I had to like really talk with people.
That's why I want to be more harsh on artists. Like this, I think it's this indecision is causing us to do things that are not fulfilling us enough. Right? Like we need to be more tangible with it. Why you laughing?
Sorry, I thought he was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna fucking end it. That's why I want to be more harsh. Fuck you. And I'm like, oh god, Marklin, no.
I mean, you might have that in a conversation. My business partner has been telling everybody, which me and you talked about. He's like, if you can't get your shit started in 2020 or at least by next year, kill yourself. Remember we talking about, like, this the year to come up.
Will do, bud. Will do. Don't
Challenge?
push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying to lose my head. Let's go.
Say challenge fucking accepted.
Challenge
bruh.
accepted. But me and him were talking about that. Like, people, I'm having a great 2020. When you talked about that, you were like, artists need to find a way to reinvent themselves. And 2020 has helped, right? The more time on your hands should be focused on yourself and creating art.
I mean, I completely agree. I mean, as terrible as COVID-19 has been, it's one of those weird things where it's kind of at least in my case, and I know for a couple other people, like it's been this weird sort of like reset. Like I had pretty much, put filmmaking on like the back burner like this whole time. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to continually like work my bartending job and just kind of make money off that. But like with COVID happening, it kind of was like, hey, you should really look back into this. You should, give it another shot. You have the time now. And I feel like a lot of people should take COVID, like this COVID time, and start pursuing those passions that they once had. And, pursue them with this new fire that you got. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
what the fuck else are you doing? Like, you can only watch The Office and Parks and Rec so many fucking times.
But they have so many
You know?
OnlyFans that they can subscribe to.
Well, watch the OnlyFans in the morning and then go for your fucking morning jog. Like I mean, and that's what I've been seeing a lot of people like. A lot of people have been doing a lot of things to reinvent themselves. I've been seeing a lot more people going for morning jogs, trying to work out. I've seen a lot of people getting their LLCs. I've been seeing people, pick up a lot of things. And I think it's because people, like I said, just like you were saying, people are spending their time, a lot more time in the house, and they're just like, hey, I'm finna fucking use this.
But if you tie that back into the suicide stuff that he was talking about, how that's on a rise because people are spending time in the house, I think that's all we need to focus on. Why are you struggling so much with spending time with yourself and being cut off with everybody else? Your identity should not be tied to the world that much. I hate people, not for any reason, because I love spending time with myself, G. I love it. Like when you're talking about you put, it hurts me to hear that you had to put filming on the back burner. Like, not saying that you shouldn't love bartending, because I know you told me you found a new love and art form with that. But god damn it, why is it the artistry? Why couldn't we find more time early on in our life? Like, do you hate that we couldn't find the success that we wanted early on with filmmaking, or do you feel like it would help you in the long run?
Honestly, it's one of those things where it's not even the sense of like if I would have found success in filmmaking when I was younger. I think it's one of those things like I wish I would have pursued it with more of a passion, like a more of a fire. Like instead of like my early 20s being like, hey, like I want to go out and drink, I want to just get fucked up. I want to do like 21-year-old things, which I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I enjoyed the shit out of out of my early 20s, my mid 20s, my current 20s.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I enjoyed the shit out of getting fucked up consistently. But I mean, it's one of those things where I wish, like I feel like most people do, like I wish I would have pursued like the things that I found my passion in
Mm-hmm.
much earlier in life. Like I would have known better. Like I would have straight up, like right out of the gate, said fuck film school and just learned all my shit on YouTube.
Say it one more time.
Fuck film school.
Bow, bow, bow.
I mean, look, people like film school is great for certain people. But I mean, for people who can barely afford it and like have to, scrape by to get through it, I would say, there are plenty of other places to learn, film online.
Like the free library or like online. That's why I love Google Hunting when he's like, you spent a fucking fortune and I went to the library and did it for free. Now it's the fucking stupid chump, huh? How you like them apples? Was that a great Boston accent? Did you feel it?
That was
Did you feel it?
that
I
was
think it was there, man.
Yeah.
that sounded like clam chowder right there. It's just
But I think,
fuck.
and the thing is that like, the thing is that you catch
Oh god, fucking damn
one
it.
thing when it comes to like people, when it comes to people in like the more of like filming or necessarily in like any type of like job range, most of the people that are the most successful are the people that didn't even really go to school. They just went out for the experience. And do you think necessarily that like people will find their own path with either within school or you think it's better just to go and get the experience out and like reach out with different people?
It's always experience over everything. You go to school because you don't know what you want. If you really knew what you want, you don't need a degree is to give you security for your uncertainty. But if you knew what you want, you would go start a business, and maybe get a trade, and that's because that's how you succeed in what you want. You have no money. All you do, you got a degree to try to get money that you're gonna owe back to the school. You didn't. What did you gain? You know what I'm saying?
A really nice piece of paper.
Yeah, it'll keep you warm at night too.
No, it doesn't.
When the world ends.
I've tried to use it as a blanket. It does not work.
Use it just use it to roll up one time. Just
You better believe I would fucking do that. Like, look, like,
fuck the back.
like
Let's
if
use this
I would
degree.
only smoke my diploma for a very special occasion. Like, I would save that as rolling papers for a special occasion. Maybe like a wedding. Maybe my wedding. I should
would
have done
say
that.
if you're,
That would've been a
I
good
would say
idea.
if you become famous and like Grammy, like I mean, super famous to the point it's like, all right, you won a Grammy nomination. All right, I'm rolling up my diploma.
This is what I think about college degree. There we go.
You have to record it though. All right, kids, look, you can be like me one day. Smoke your paper away.
It's like the moment I finally pay off my college and be like, all right, see this college degree? I'm just gonna roll this here, give it a little lick, give it another little lick here, and let's get high.
It's like, welcome to the education.
All right, we can clear that. We already have 2 minutes left anyways.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I feel we're all fighting our sleepiness.
Yeah, you stack it up like a piece of Legos.
That's how I stack your girls up.
Legos?
Yes.
Like they fit inside each other?
Of course.
I stack mine up like
No,
cheeseburgers.
They're fitting inside each other. Like Legos.
That's why.
Like, but like, what if you get like the weird Lego piece that has like the weird sort of like the swoop on it?
Would
We break her leg and make her fit.
Oh, God damn it.
Would you think that Legos is just another version of like? Is this a 3D version of Texas?
What?
Like Legos, since they all.
Say the word again.
It's like a 3D version of Tetris.
Tetris?
Tetris.
For some reason, I thought he was gonna make that sexual. I thought you would say because you're putting things inside of things.
Connect
it's a
my
3D.
Tetris.
So
Yes.
are we doing Rule 34 on Tetris right now?
Yeah.
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 Well, I forgot what is Rule 34 again? What is that like?
If there's no, you can go ahead.
No, please, you go right ahead.
Whatever you're looking at, there's a porn for it.
Okay.
Anything you think of,
If there's a photo on the internet,
there's porn.
porn of it.
I do enjoy the Android 18 and Bulma hentai pictures.
Yes.
I mean, dude, hentai's like, it's weird because I feel like anybody who grew up like really enjoying like Dragon Ball Z, like I feel like that was like one of their first introductions to porn. Like a lot of people who did that. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever saw that kind of shit was like 5th or 6th grade. My one friend who also liked it pulled it up on the fucking school computer.
Whoa.
Literally, we had one classroom computer in the classroom that we were all in, and he pulled that shit up on there.
The fucking balls.
And the
on
teacher,
this.
he's like, hey, look at this. I was like, what the fuck? And then like the teacher saw it and she's like, holy shit. Just like, when I think back on it, this had to have been this teacher's first year teaching.
Great.
Yo, that man.
Like, probably like 20, 22, 23 years old and be like, yo, this fucking 6th grade just pulled up porn on my computer. What do I do?
What did she do?
I don't fucking know. Like, send him to the office, said like, hey, don't look at that.
Yeah.
Stop touching the fucking computer. It's a fucking weird kid looking at fucking cartoon porn.
Hey, hey, she witnessed history in that boy's life. He was like, you know what? I found the gold mine.
Wait, he put up
I'm
hentai?
no longer a
yes.
boy. I'm a man.
I'm a man.
am a man.
It'd be weird if it was just like a bunch. Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it would be weird if it was just like some fucking tentacle shit.
I was gonna say that.
Just like,
Do you judge yourself for the things you watch? Because you said you fear about Marlon's browsing history. I'm like, no, I think the world should see it. When I die,
I fear your browsing history.
what you mean? Everybody should watch it.
Today, I have heard more about golden showers than I would ever care to hear about golden showers. It basically sounded like the trial for R. Kelly. Like, I felt like sitting in on that.
Golden shower. Dom is pretending like a lot of people like to lie to themselves as if they don't like a cool breeze drip from a faucet.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, man. There have been accidents. There have been accidents,
Mm-hmm. Speak about it.
and I would never like to go through those accidents again.
Why?
And it was not me to be the one who was giving the shower. It was just one of those things where it's like, oops. What the fuck is oops?
How'd it feel? Great.
Warm.
Great.
So it's a lukewarm rain.
So it
It's like why was I on the bottom that time? Why?
Oh, the sticky details, literally. Did you just finish? You're a savage. You finished, right?
Just shake it off like
Mm.
that. Like,
I was finished on Tinder. Let's just say that. I was finished on Tinder.
One guy at my job said he was super high off of like edibles, and he met a girl on Tinder while doing her. A guy walked in and he was like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Don't worry, it's just my boyfriend. He likes to watch." And he was like, "I'm too high for this shit. Get the fuck off me." I was like, "Why didn't you just finish?" Like, at what point would you guys stop? Like, for me, if somebody walks in, maybe it's a certain percent. Like, I've already gone too far. We can't stop this. Just don't look me in the eye.
No, you're like, hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I don't want to.
This is your girl.
I don't want to look. Look at me. We are doing this. We're in this together now. You came into the wrong room, motherfucker. Like, we're finishing this. Like, it's like I can't come unless you look at me, man.
Wait, what? He was like, "You need to help me."
That's your hump. You guys can't see it, but like you were doing a duck walk.
I mean,
Get your hump game together.
that was the default one hump. Like,
That's like a Fortnite hump move. I just
no, you gotta.
You fucking punches, just throwing down punches on the ground.
It's called locking in. That's how I got in trouble the first time.
I didn't know about this locking in thing. Have you heard about
locking in. So pretty much when you're having sex and you're doing doggy or whatever.
I've never had sex before. Please tell me what is sex.
it? Neither do I.
Oh, so
Vocalize it clearly, sir.
sexual intercourse is when you insert your penis into her vagina, or necessarily if you stick it in her butthole. But in this
Is that
case,
when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much?
that's when the mommy's neighbor.
The mailman drops off the packages every day around 2. Dad gets home at 5.
Mommy, why do I look more like the mailman than I do daddy?
Because you're a special gift.
That he
You
delivered.
were a special package.
And brought to you by Amazon.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so
terrible place.
So pretty much, so while in missionary or doggy, my personal favorite, missionary, as you're
So you can gaze lovingly into her eyes.
Because he's lazy. You just want to lay
or
there.
spit in her mouth.
All right, I take it back. Good job.
Anyway, so
While wearing no condom. Continue.
so what I'm saying, what I'm pretty much saying is that while you're fucking, you could just necessarily. So you can always, hand placements is a really important thing. So locking in is when you, instead of, like having your hands down like this, you're doing this. So that causes more impact on
They cannot see you audio wise. Just
you
say.
hit you just gorilla that shit on the fucking.
He's for some reason struggling to say you grip your fucking hand, either the pillow or the object around you, and you like you're in
you
jail?
ball your fist and put it onto the mattress. So you're
Like you're in jail,
What if
you
I'm
pin
on
her
a- What if I'm
down.
on a kitchen table?
Huh?
Yeah.
What if you're on the kitchen table?
Yeah.
You better slam her down that kitchen table like you're the fucking Undertaker.
So put your hand
What
in the
if I'm in the
dispose.
back of a 97 Honda Civic?
Mm-hmm.
A blue Honda Civic.
Blue Honda
Mhm.
To be
Civic,
specific.
Mm-hmm.
roll down that window.
Yeah, I've broken a.
That's actually really good advice. Shit, like, all right.
Wait,
Because I would not fit in a Honda Civic. That's,
Yeah.
does car sex work for you? Like, I've broken like 2 car handles trying to do it. I don't.
It's worked in actual cars. It has to be in
Actual
the passenger-
cars.
like in like a car, not like an SUV
Okay.
or like anything bigger.
Yeah.
Like, what do you got? I've only had trucks specifically for car sex. I don't buy little cars because I won't fit in little cars.
I go no, sorry.
Please. I was gonna say, I was like, I've gotten it in a what the fuck were those called? The Saturns, like a passenger seat, like rolled all the way back.
Ooh, how was that?
Very drunk. Let's just say that.
The sloppiness of it. Oh. Is this the podcast about the L's that we took in our lives?
Oh man,
L City.
We don't want to talk about those. I already talked about.
You gotta talk about them.
All right, so
when I was 15, continue.
There was one point in time where I dated a stripper in my life.
A great time?
No, it's not, let's not say it was a great time. I dated a stripper for a little bit, and she was living with her baby daddy. They weren't together, as she said. So when she found out that she was dating me, he kicked her and their 2 kids out of the house. So she
quality move.
Oh, dude, fantastic. So she got a motel, and she asked me to come over to the Motel 6 and just hang out with her and her 2 kids, which I was already just like, it's fucking weird, but okay. And we, in a very degenerate move, banged it out in the hotel room.
Welcome to the
Where
club.
were the kids at?
We went into the bathroom and in the shower together, and the kids kept trying to get in there because they were that young age where they don't really realize what's going on. But yeah,
is it weirder if they didn't know and try to get in, or did?
Most definitely, because then it's very strange. They were just like, yeah, where's so and so? Where's so and so? She's like, oh, he left, and like I'm clearly just like cowering in the shower, like, oh God, please don't let the children see me. Please go away.
Wait. Oh, here's the real question: did you lose the heart on during that time period? Like
yes, dude. Like like that's when I realized like my degeneracy is like, I was like, this might be the turning point in my life. Like maybe hiding in the bathroom from this woman's children is probably like showing that my life is not going in the right direction. Like just like I'm dating like a stripper and her kids are trying to walk in on us banging. This is not the right direction for this to go. So
I've had that. I tried. I wanted to experience a pregnant chick. The baby started kicking, which is weird, and then her other child walked out midway, and I had to hide under a blanket on the couch. Lucky for me, the child couldn't see what's going on, and we had to wait for him to walk back in this room to start again. But it was never the same.
Yeah, it's kids kind of ruin that. I think that's what being like. That's what I talk about, like being married. It's like once you have a kid, things are never the same. It's like yeah, I see that with a lot of single moms too, man. That's why I never marry them.
Oh, but you're married now.
I'm married now, but both of us decided we don't fucking want kids.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
You don't want to spread your loings?
No. What do you do? No. Look at the world. It's on fucking fire, dude. Like, I don't want to throw another like anxious me out there. That'd be like fucking terrible. But like, I'm sorry, my dude. Like, I'm already just like, Mom, Dad, why did you do this to me?
I wish more people who had a better sound in mind or judgment would have more kids, because only the idiots are having kids, and that's why the world's getting worse. We need allegiance of great people to start producing.
The smart ones are like, no, that they know that's not the move. Here, I'll say what the greatest basketball player said in spite of that topic.
Brian Scalabrine.
No, Michael Jordan.
Brian Scalabrine.
Michael Jordan.
Jason Derulo.
Anyway, he said, and I quote, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah. I was not against adoption. I always wanted my bloodline, so bust my nuts that came from me. But I've started possibly accepting adopting. Is that an option?
Honestly, it's not. That's an underrated choice.
No, adoption is a great choice. I mean, like there are plenty. Like, look, I worked in the medical field, in like lower income, like medical facilities, and we tended to a lot of foster kids, a lot of adopted kids, and I mean, dude, those kids need love. Like there are plenty of kids out there who are looking for a good mom and dad.
It's such a crazy process, though.
Oh,
Heartbreaking
without
for
doubt.
both sides.
Mm.
I watched Insta Family. Just made me think about that shit. Like, it's a struggle. Do you guys watch that? Mark
No.
Wahlberg?
Nope.
Yeah, it's just a movie where he tries to act.
Are you a cop? Are you a cop?
Are you a cop? Wait, a Boston accent? All right, you guys. Anything else in this podcast? We've talked about car sex, filming movies, vibrating our genitalias. I don't know where I just went there, like a Sex in the City mixed with a.
You're such a Samantha.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh
Oh my god! I have no clue what the fuck this podcast was about.
me either.
This is a sleep deprived podcast. And
Literally.
we'd like to thank you all for listening.
For bearing with us.
This is the podcast you listen to at 3 a.m. in the morning when you can't sleep.
Hopefully, we'll see what yeah. This is this a realistic example of how a group of friends talk? Like, would they think they would follow? Like when you talk with your guy friends about shit when you sit around?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Get itis? Okay. If you can relate to this at all, specifically getting peed on, like my man's over here, or fucking a stripper while her kids are in the next door, contact us. Let us know. Want to hear these stories.
Want to hear your banging strippers getting peed on stories? Please send them to stripperp.org.gov.
I'm gonna look this up actually as soon as this is done. See, it's a real thing.
And if that one doesn't work, send it to fluckmeright@gmail.com. Either one. Anything else, guys, before we close out your girl's legs?
I'm going to bed after this.
Follow me on Twitch. My name is Elmo Eats Babies. I stream Fall Guys and Warzone and Pee-wee's Playhouse every Tuesday and Thursday.
Would say add me on YouTube on the guy that didn't earn all the box tops, so his class didn't get the pizza party at 7:28.
That's how you knew it was gonna be some fuck shit. He laughed while trying to say that shit.
I just needed 2 more box tops for my class to have the pizza party.
You're that asshole. Son of a bitch, I got 50 box tops.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining in to another Friends and Fuckery podcast. This is the Fluck Me Right podcast. I'm your host, Marlon Hugh. I had Dom with me and Trev.
Yeah.
Good night, cunts.
What a fucking shit show.
It is.